What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You
Gang,
are
gang.
listening to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy OTR Mic Drop, aka the Oracle, aka Turban J. Hey,
You, first of all, I had to determine first. Let's get that straight. What's good? I'm back and I'm better. This is Rant J. Finally back.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Durag Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey, and this is episode 99 because we got our boy Rant and Jay back.
Nah. Yay.
We was waiting on you, bro.
Man. What happens when you ride your motorcycle down to Atlanta in 50-degree weather and then have to ride back in 50-degree weather? You get sick.
mm-hmm. Yep, and you got kids.
That too.
All right, we got a jam-packed show for y'all tonight. JD, you want to give him the rundown?
All right, so let's go ahead and start it off with nobody really wants to talk about, but we're going to talk about it. Last Tuesday, we had more main roster talent enter the NXT building and ring. So if you missed it, uh, who laughing? Jay, you laughing? You can't start. You can't come back and already start this. Okay, you can't do that. But
Go ahead.
if you missed it, see, you made me lose train of thought. What are those dudes' names? Oh, um, damn, what are their names?
You talking about Dunn and Bate?
Yeah, no, Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, the OC.
The OC. There we go. The old crew. They
Oh shit.
made their way. They made their way back to NXT, right? And I read
They
up
were
on
never
it,
main
and it
card
said
roster
that
anyway, so
they really weren't. They haven't competed on SmackDown and since they got drafted to SmackDown. So I read in Triple H has nothing to do with them. So trying to send them to Shawn Michaels to see if Shawn Michaels could work them in. They still make their appearance backstage to support Michin on SmackDown, but I guess what my question is, do you think that now WWE is about to go into this cycle where they're eliminating the old?
you want my honest opinion? My honest opinion is, what the hell did they even come back to WWE
Yeah,
for?
yeah. That's why we're here.
I'm just saying, what did they come back
You talking
for?
about the
That
OC?
check.
Yes, the OC. Like, they should have just stayed wherever they was
Yeah,
at.
that check.
They for damn sure got more TV time and matches. Where were they at? They were on TNA.
Yeah.
In TNA.
And AEW, every AEW here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah, I don't know what they came back for. It had to be the check. That's it. I mean, they're literally getting paid to do nothing.
Had to.
Probably house shows. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's probably what they're doing. Is house
They
shows.
probably gonna be Braun and Baron Corbin for the title, so Braun could go to Raw or wherever he going.
We ain't even talking about that. We ain't gonna get on that because that. What was the whole point
I mean,
of
I can
them
see it.
winning the NXT Tag Team Championships for Braun to get? You know what? Never mind. I just got back.
No, speak on it, Cole. We talked
Woo!
about it last week.
Yeah.
Speak on
How
it.
dumb it is that one, they moved Corbin down there because they
Yeah,
couldn't do
how they
crap
had
with
him
him
get
on the main
contracts
roster.
from both shows.
Yeah. And then they got
Yeah,
Braun after all of a sudden now after the Royal Rumble, pretty much GMs like fighting over each other to see who will sign him for him to win the NXT championship with Corbin. And he's moving up to what, SmackDown
I think he's going to Raw.
mhm,
or Raw? Whichever one, it don't even
Raw.
matter.
Yeah. Hmm.
Shit's stupid. It doesn't make sense. Just saying.
I agree. I
It's
I'm
agree.
dumb
so
as
glad. I've missed these. I've missed these rants.
All right.
all I'm saying is that shit hasn't gotten better, even though TKO and everybody else, the same company doing the same shit. Dumb shit.
Got you. All right. So we're gonna stay
Oh,
at the
oh,
bottom of the
before.
list. Oh,
Wait, JD, real quick. So, as of course, this is a Wednesday, and like I said, we're an all-inclusive show. Dynamite is starting with Moxley and Claudio versus FTR. Any thoughts on that, real quick? They got a little feud going.
no, no. You wanna know why?
Gotta start
Why
the
no?
gotta start the show out hot. Come on, man.
That's not. That's not hot.
What
That's
would
not
be
hot
hot?
no more.
Would be hot
Oh,
is if they got
I don't
Moxley
know.
back in WWE and they pulled the Shield back together. That'd be hot.
that's
There we
that's
go.
never gonna happen. That would be
There
scorching.
we. There we go.
We ain't never gonna use the
There we
word
go.
never.
I ain't gonna
There
say
we
never.
go.
I'm gonna say never. Yeah, we're not
That
gonna
would
say never.
obliterate all wrestling. There would be no competition in wrestling going forward if that happens.
Just saying.
All right, but I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to interrupt. Just had to put that out there.
No, you're good.
I'll be
You're
giving
good. You're
random
good.
Dynamite updates as we record.
All right. So gonna stay at the bottom of the list. Did any of you catch the Wyatt 6 promo that was conducted by Bo Dallas?
I did not.
So basically he's did a 3-part segment of the Wyatt 6 promo, which indicates that he's gonna carry on the torch of the late great Bray Wyatt. With that being said, he had certain clips within it, and he actually called out um the authors of pain, AOP, as possibly their first. So I guess the Wyatt Six is not. They're not really going to be like fake. Going to be healed, but pretty much the authors of pain and what you call it are
Karrion Cross.
possibly going to be their first casual. Yeah, and Karrion Cross is going to be their
You mean the
first
Final
casualty.
Testament?
Yeah, them that name. Yeah.
And who else
Right.
supposed to be in this group with him? The Wyatt Six.
Well, well, of course, Braun. Once his rehab from his leg he's at like I think 60 or 70% because his last match basically he had paralysis.
Yeah.
So he had to go through rehab. So I know he's one. And another reason why you have not seen Ricochet since the Royal Rumble is Ricochet is supposed to be a part of that Wyatt Six.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
And then there'll be more members to come. Mind you, all Wyatt Six members will have their own rendition of a mask that represents their personalities.
Listen, I would be more excited if they all had like like a theme mask, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like like part of their personality, but it's like a theme mask. That would be dope.
And from what I saw on the promo, like the clip and stuff, I know Bo Dallas is definitely there. He said the Uncle Howdy thing that's dead, so we ain't got to worry about Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy part is dead. So this is
Thank
about to
God.
be the. I knew you was about to say that. So it's actually gonna be like certain things, and he definitely said like I'm carrying on the vision that my brother had and stuff, and he starts showing like bits and pieces of mask and stuff like that. So it looks to be very interesting. I hope they actually pull through with it.
I mean, if they did it right, it could work. It just
Oh
has to
yeah,
be, it just has to be executed in the right way. So if
it
they're gonna
does.
do it, I need their creative, whoever, I need them to like really step it up and really
Yeah,
put something together.
and I feel like that's why it's taking so long is because they want to make sure that it's done right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of mad, like not mad, but I kind of wish he did carry on the Uncle Howdy thing for a little bit. I don't know why. I just because it just ended so abruptly. I mean, we all know why, but
Yeah.
it was just. I feel like probably still could have done some things with that character to honor Bray without completely changing
No, it ended so abruptly because he injured himself doing that drop where he didn't even touch LA Knight.
it. He landed on pads.
He laid it on his shoulder and separated it.
So he separated his shoulder on the airbag. All right, cool.
Something went crunch. So hey, I'm just a reporter.
That was some shoulder pads he had in that Uncle Howdy suit. That's what it was.
Right. All right. So keep this gravy train rolling. So, what do you guys think about the Bloodline promo from last SmackDown?
Weak.
What do you feel was weak about it, Jay?
I feel this is what I feel like. Okay, the bloodline is coming to an end,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to do everything they can to bring back some type of excitement to the bloodline. But I'm sorry, at this point, The Rock going heel and wearing that little ass Versace shirt still is
Hey,
not
hey,
enough.
I liked it.
hey. Hey,
Pause.
I liked it too. I liked it too.
Whatever.
Hey,
That little ass Versace shirt ain't enough. But no, I
with the
mean,
with the sleeves cut off, I mean, I got a kick out of it.
I was more excited for The Rock fighting Roman for head of the table and then them
That's
Right.
still gonna
running this.
happen.
I know it's still going to happen. I just don't like the direction that they went. Like, I don't like the direction of, oh, The Rock just automatically now just, first of all, okay, if I wasn't here last time. So if we really want to say the whole shit in Vegas when they did the WrestleMania kickoff, all right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Him coming out, pulling up the family tree, that weak ass promo that he cut there, it was mid, okay. But then like you get out there and you start talking about Cody Rhodes' dad and everything, and then Cody Rhodes start talking about how his grandpa and them would be ashamed and all this other kind of stuff, and then
That was
the
Roman that
Rocks.
said that, not The Rock.
I know, but I'm just saying, and then the whole thing with the Rock walking up to Triple H, you see what you just said about our family? You handle it or I will. It was rushed, and you could tell it was rushed. Like it wasn't well thought out. That's just my opinion. I think that was an awful way for The Rock to go heel.
Well,
Just saying.
okay. So my opinion is, first of all, when we were all expecting them to be at a table, period, right? Like how they usually do press conferences. I think that was
Yeah.
the first thing that turned everything like sideways. Like, yo, so we not getting the original press conference. Like they actually standing,
It was
pretty
a
much
table
giving
and
a
snipe.
promo. We didn't want a promo. We wanted a press conference, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and I feel like that would have been more intrigued to see them get up from the table, getting each other face like they usually do and stuff. Like kind of like a boxing press conference. Like that's what we're looking for. Um, I think what just kind of turned heads is to see the awful emotional side of respect that
Yeah.
came between Roman and The Rock, right? I that part I wasn't expecting. Now that you bring it up, it was like, okay, we're bound by blood to have this match. No, that ain't what you said two promos ago. Two promos ago was saying that you was challenging him for the head of the table. But now this is a respect thing. This isn't even what's the match that him and Jay had.
Tribal combat.
Tribal combat, yeah.
Tribal combat wasn't even that. Like, oh, okay, this is just bound by blood, so that's what we're gonna do.
I think what happened was they were
I think
panicking so much to take the story away from Vince that they
yeah,
overthought it, right? Because all these moves that they've been
hmm
making with the whole Cody giving up his WrestleMania spot to The Rock and then turn around and taking it back, snaking everybody. They were doing all of this to try to push the narrative away from the whole Vince McMahon situation. Not realizing that, one, you can't push that narrative
right,
away, right? People are going to talk about it. It's going to continue to come up until there's some type of resolution. As you can see, there's more stuff that just came out when they talked about how the NDAs that Vince had people sign, he drew that shit up himself in his closet, like, and that it might not be valid. So you can't push that narrative away. And the fact that they tried to push that narrative away
right,
with that weak ass heel
yeah.
turn was, what is that? I thought that was like one of those kebabs that you put on the grill.
I'm part of the bloodline now.
My bad, Trey. I didn't mean to call you out like that. Man.
They see it. They see what it is.
Did you see my face when he put it on? I was like, really, Trey?
No, but on 100,
and it's
like,
matching the do rag. That's what got me. It's matching the do rag. Like,
there's so many better ways that they could have gone about making him heel. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other ways that they could have gone about with this, and I think that the way that they went,
but
I mean, you can tell
into it
because instantly, like, he got booed as soon as he came out on that. You know what I mean? WrestleMania kickoff. The one thing that people started chanting was that they wanted Cody.
Well, that's why he went heel.
Come on, man.
he went heel earlier that day by calling them the Cody Crybabies on the Pat McAfee show.
He was already starting to feed into it. It probably would have been a letdown if they didn't boo him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed reaction still. It's almost like we're and this is what I don't like, and y'all probably will agree with me. I feel like we're getting Rock versus Hulk Hogan all over again.
No, because that was more exciting. That was more exciting to watch Hulk Hogan's transition.
It was icon. I'm just saying the reaction.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so this is
I'm saying on the Rock's personnel.
I get what you're saying, but my thing is the way I think about it now. Where are they going with this? Okay, we got 2 nights for WrestleMania. We already know that Cody's going to face Roman. That's already been established. So is Roman fighting 2 nights then? Because is it going to be where he drops the title night 1 and then night 2 The Rock turns on him and beats him for head of the table? Like, what are they going to do? Or is The Rock going to try to interfere in Cody's match? You know what I'm saying?
So let's break down last SmackDown's promo, right? Roman said The Rock was a part of the Bloodline. The Rock never said that he was a part of the Bloodline. When they put the finger
Rock
up,
there, and The Rock sat there with his finger up and everything like that with the blood.
But he didn't do the finger like they do. He did more so a gun like.
Some people say that he was talking to Roman the whole time he was talking about Cody.
I was just about to get to that. Those camera angles, right? When he said that I'm going to make sure that you walk out of WrestleMania a loser. He turns his body language to the corner. They like to say that he was talking to the camera, but when I looked at a different camera view, there is no camera right there. It's Roman.
I mean, I'll be down for The Rock.
I feel like
Roman.
He's gonna flip the script.
Yeah, well, we already know
that's
that
what I feel
Solo,
like is gonna happen.
And we already know that Solo and Jimmy are going to try to get involved somehow, some way in this match. right? I think that Cody's going to have Jay
Yeah.
one, who's going to come out and have his back, and then I think also
Seth has been saying he wanted him.
I think Seth was talking about how he was in the corner too. So, but I think ultimately it's going to come down to The Rock turning
Yeah.
on Roman.
He
He
did.
has to turn on Roman. He's going to have to turn on Roman during that match.
He has
That's the
to.
only way that works. He has to.
He has to.
Oh
The
wait,
same
so
way
does
that he
this
helped
mean?
Roman win that Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm about to say this. Does this mean that they've given up
Say
on
that again,
Roman
Trey.
breaking Hogan's record?
In order for Roman to break Hogan's record, he has to hold on to the belt until after SummerSlam. He has to hold on to the belt until like September. That's
No,
not happening.
before. A day before.
What?
It's a day before SummerSlam.
Right. He's not holding that
That
belt
the
to
record
SummerSlam.
is.
Because here's the thing about it, right? If Cody wasn't going to face Roman at WrestleMania and he was like pushing like his WrestleMania moment on The Rock and letting The Rock fight Roman or whatever, then I would say, okay, I see Cody waiting until SummerSlam to win the title. Cody can't afford 2 losses in a
Yeah.
row to Roman. That's not going to happen.
No, absolutely
That
not. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
that they can't. This whole finish. The reason why they pushing this whole finish the story thing. Think about it. You got WWE 2K24 that's dropping, right? And the whole theme of that is finish the storyline.
JD.
I'm just saying he has to. He has to finish that story at WrestleMania. He has to finish that storyline by getting a championship. That promo, the promotion that they put behind this video game, behind everything with Cody that they've been running since SummerSlam, he can't lose.
Nah, JD got a mean ass take, and I've been meaning to clip this up to put it on our TikTok. But JD, go ahead and give Jay your take on the whole video game thing.
All
Yeah, I
right.
want to hear this.
So last podcast, you probably didn't listen.
Mhm.
So when they create video games, right? They create
Yeah,
video games for you to live out the story if something was to happen. Like, okay, so Cody's finishing his story. So they give you different kind of roads that you could take in order to finish this story. You can either have him lose, you can either have him win, right? This is a fan attraction. It most of the time when they do this, it's because it's going to be the complete opposite in the real world as opposed to in the video game. So you put up a big hype about Cody finishing his story and then you implement it into the video game. What's everybody going to do? They're going to finish the story where Cody beats Roman in the video game. Is that necessarily going to happen in the real world?
I get
I
your
don't know.
theory. I get your theory, but you got to think about it this, right? It already happened in the real world. It happened at WrestleMania last year where he didn't finish the story because last year that's all they were talking about. Excuse me, leading up to WrestleMania was Cody doing the one thing that his dad couldn't do was win the championship. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Finishing that
Mhm.
story of all of that, and then he lost, right? So
Right.
I think
And so this was
you're right
another
about
point,
that.
right? So this was another point that a lot of people that even outside of me were asking is necessarily is it just him getting the championship? Is that his way of finishing the story? Because now this year, last year it was him winning the championship. Now this year is him. He has to beat Roman Reigns to get the championship. So in what form or fashion is him finishing his story? Is it just you winning the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship, or is it you beating Roman Reigns to finish your story?
Let me ask you one question, and I think this will answer all of that. Okay, when you think of WWE, who's the face of the company?
Cody.
Okay, you have a
Cody.
person right now who is not a champion, technically has never been the main champion of since he anytime he's been. He's only held a mid card title, tag team titles. Okay, he is the face of the company.
Yep.
He is basically when you think of WWE, you thinking of Cody Rhodes. Then you think of Roman
Hmm.
Reigns and the Bloodline. That's the level that we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
and with that aspect, he's winning at WrestleMania. There's no way
No, I
that
know
he
that.
can
Now that
survive. No, I'm just
okay,
saying, there's no way that he can survive another
What?
loss.
two
I don't
L's.
know about
No,
that. I
no.
low key think that Roman might win again.
Mm-mm.
So when Cody said he gave up his spot, I started looking at the fruition of okay, Roman's beating Hogan's record. Then after the kickoff, I'm like, all right, Cody's winning, but Cody's gonna
Yeah.
win with the twist. And the twist
Oh,
has
he's
to
definitely
be
winning with a
the
twist.
Rock. The Rock infiltrates the bloodline.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all my family, but then he flips the script. That's the
No, he's
only outcome.
I agree. I agree that he's winning with a twist. He's not beating Roman straight up. And the only reason why he's not beating Roman
Mm-mm.
straight up is because no matter which way it is, Roman has had maybe one or two title defenses where he's done it completely himself out of this whole
Yeah.
3.5 year span.
I don't know. In the early part, he was winning by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, no, he wasn't. He was winning with Jimmy. Roman
Jimmy
wasn't
and
really
Jay.
winning. No, before Jay even came back from his injury, he was winning with Jimmy. Or no, he was winning
Well,
with
Jimmy
Jay
was
before.
injured.
I'm
He was
sorry, he was
winning with
winning
Jay.
with he
Yeah.
was winning with Jay before Jimmy came back. But Jay was definitely interfering
Right.
in his matches. I can really, I'm trying to think. I really think there
Yeah.
was two matches that he had that he won straight up without any help. But the rest of them has been interference.
Yeah.
And then in the
Mm-hmm.
past year, there's been no matches that he's won without the help of the bloodline. Right? Actually, since the last WrestleMania, there hasn't been any matches that he won without the help of.
Mm,
There hasn't been not one match that he's won without the help of the bloodline.
Did they help him in the
I thought
triple
he beat
threat?
Logan Paul straight up.
That wasn't last
Yeah,
year.
they did. And you talk about the fatal 4-way?
No,
The
the three
fatal,
way.
Yeah, they
it was
they helped.
yeah, yeah.
The one with Daniel Bryan and Edge.
They helped in that
Yeah.
one. The only one I think I could have sworn that there was one with KO. I could have sworn he won straight up by himself because he
He
fought
didn't.
KO.
Well, he
Remember, he fought
lost to
KO like
Seth
4 times.
technically, but he didn't have
Yeah,
helping against Seth.
then
All the ones
that
where
might
he
be the
choked
second
them
one.
out, he won. All the ones that he won by submission, where he choked them out, he won by himself.
And that's like three. I think that's like three.
Yeah, when he did the guillotine choke. So that's three
Yeah,
that he's won
yeah.
by himself. All the ones that he's had a pin, he's had help.
So that's all. That's my only point. The only way I really see Cody winning is it's going to be bloodline interfering, and then you're going to get probably Jay and probably Seth that's going to come out and interfere, and then ultimately you're going to get The Rock, who probably
Hey
rock
Jay,
bottoms.
what do you think about the rumors about Stone Cold coming out to help Cody
I don't see it.
just to take out take out the
I,
Rock?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I would see it if they were probably possibly thinking Stone Cold versus The Rock one more time. But I don't really see
mm-hmm.
outside of WrestleMania. I don't really see when the next time The Rock will be in the ring wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you got to think about it,
Yeah.
right? After WrestleMania, they got to kick off the new UFL because they just combined the XFL and the what you call it, and Rock is still part of that.
Canadian
So
Football League. Yeah.
no, not the Canadian Football
Yep.
League. It was
USFL.
the USFL. Yeah. So
USFL. Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
USFL.
So you got to think about that's going to take up a lot of The Rock's time in the spring with that. So I don't really see him wrestling again during the springtime, as well as now he's on the board of directors with TKO and everything. I don't really see him outside of WrestleMania wrestling anytime soon. So this is going to be a one and
Right.
done with him for right now.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I still think they got that
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania
All
41
right.
Rock
So
and
this
Roman
ties.
set up.
Yeah, but that's next year. That'll be a whole
Well,
another year.
this goes
You
in.
gotta start building it.
Yeah.
Right. So this kind of goes into the bloodline thing. So there has been rumors that The Rock could potentially be signing Jacob Fatu behind Triple H's back as his first power move since joining the board of directors. Jacob Fatu is now the most is the hottest free agent in wrestling right now.
I don't get how that's possible. How did that happen so fast?
What you mean?
So remember him and Jacob Fatu and Zilla were both at the Royal Rumble
Yeah,
as
Yeah, I
spectators,
seen the video.
yeah.
and they were in the back. They were in the back, congratulating the Usos and everything like that. They had a whole family gathering. Um, so word on the street is he's getting signed by WWE. That was the
I
biggest
mean,
thing that he was going to
does
get signed by
does he
WWE.
not have a you? Don't they have a YouTube channel? Like
Zilla
they have a
does.
they have a YouTube
Who?
channel where I've
Zilla
watched.
does.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so he's
Hmm.
only has he not been wrestling? He hasn't been wrestling that long, right?
No,
I mean,
Jacob has. Jacob has been with
yeah,
MLW, and Jacob
I was just about to
is
say MLW.
Rikishi's younger brother.
Okay, I think I'm getting them mixed up then. All right,
Zilla is Umaga's son. Jacob Fatu is Rikishi's youngest brother.
got you. Okay, Zilla's the one that just started wrestling not too long ago in the Indies, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. That's what I was about to say. All right, I was getting them mixed up.
Hey, JD, who's the other one? His name start with an L.
Hmm?
His name start with an L.
Uh, shoot. I forgot. I
Is it
forgot. I
Lance?
forgot. You talk about because he. Yeah, it might be Lance because he was his tag. He was Jacob's tag team partner in MLW.
All right, let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
Serious question, right? Do y'all
Hmm.
really think that the bloodline can continue to go on without Roman if he loses the
To an
championship
extent.
and then he takes a hiatus? Do you think, let's say they sign Jacob, right? And then
Hmm.
they add him to the bloodline.
Hmm.
Honestly, for me, if Jimmy or not Jimmy, if Jay isn't part of the bloodline and kind of help
Hmm.
pushing the bloodline, I don't really see the bloodline lasting a whole nother year, 2 years
It's gonna be two
without Roman.
bloodlines.
I don't want to see that. I just said, me personally, I don't want to see that.
So I think it could last. I don't think it would be as effective as having Roman, but I think that's a lot of reason why Roman hasn't been there and they still been pushing the bloodline just with Jimmy and Solo to see, can y'all do this without him? Can y'all
I,
maintain this without Roman?
I mean, me personally, I think what's going to happen, honestly, the route that I see that is going is I see Roman losing the championship, right? And then I see Roman taking
Hmm.
his time off. He's going to be gone for a couple of months, not too long, but a couple of months, kind of refresh, get healed up, whatever. And then I kind of see him coming back, and I see the bloodline more so possibly going face instead of heel.
Mm.
I
Hmm.
think if they go face, it might revitalize the bloodline for a little bit longer versus them being
Hmm.
heel where everybody's kind of like, I'm over it.
Hmm. I had a theory that I felt like when Roman comes back, of course, he's gonna come back to a pop. He's gonna come back to cheers and stuff like that. I feel like that he will have to fight for his power back.
I can see that. I mean,
Yeah,
to
look at
take
he'll be
Jay.
against
control
a
of the
he'll be
bloodline.
against a new bloodline.
Look at Jay. Look how
Yeah.
good going face has done for him.
Hmm.
Well, getting screwed out the IC title. Come about
Yeah.
that.
Are we talking about that? Was that coming
We
up later? Or
can.
is that coming up now?
We can. Let's talk about
One.
it now.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that now.
I mean, do y'all see? Do y'all see this match being revitalized at Elimination Chamber?
No, I see it going straight to WrestleMania and Rikishi being the special guest referee.
Yeah, but
No, 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 no,
they
no, no,
already
no, no.
pushed it. No, they already pushed. I'm talking about the Intercontinental.
Yeah, Jay's talking about the Intercontinental Championship against Jay and Gunther.
He gonna fight Gable.
So you think he's losing to Gable?
Yeah, because I don't think the Usos battle doesn't need a title in it. So I don't think they're going to put the title on Jay. I think if Gunther loses it, he's going to lose that.
I feel like it makes it.
The Gable.
I feel like it makes it.
I feel like it makes it better.
That's what
there we go, Jay. There we go. We finally on the same page.
It may make it. It may make it better. I'm just saying it doesn't. It doesn't need it.
The reason why I think it makes it better, right, is because of the envy that's going on with Jimmy right now, right? The big brother saying, "Oh, you're the big brother." The whole shit that he was saying whenever he was beating down Jay in the ring, right? The jealousy, the animosity, all that stuff that he has for his brother winning that Intercontinental Championship and taking that into their feud at WrestleMania, to me, makes it a lot better. Because then you can throw the aspect of, I'm taking the one thing away from you that you don't deserve. I'm taking
but I feel like if they fight for the IC title, I feel like it's automatic that Jay's going to win in my mind.
Not necessarily.
I mean, I think either way, Jay automatically going to win. Because Jay's on
if the title ain't on the line, I can see Jimmy winning.
Jay's on more of a roller coaster right now, right? His roller coaster is not even at the top yet. He's still going up.
So one thing that they have spoke about is the fact that Jimmy has gotten himself in shape, in more of a Jay Uso shape than before. Because Jimmy was always the fat twin. He was always the fat twin.
You can't do it like that. You got some respect.
So if you saw on Raw, he wasn't in his jacket. He didn't have long sleeves on. He was in like a tank top, and he actually looked more leaner.
He took the jacket off.
Yeah. So I feel like that he's actually in better shape for this match for WrestleMania.
I mean, I'm thinking about looking at the Usos from back then to now.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've always been a fan of the Usos back when they were the tribe and they came out with the war paint on their face and all that other kind of stuff, right? Yeah. But I mean, the level that they're at now is insane. They don't really need, and it's so crazy because they talked about it so much about how they didn't want to do anything but to be the best tag team, right? That's they said this multiple times for so long, and now to see them break up and finally do the solo thing, I can't lie, I like it a lot more with them solo versus tag team. You know what I'm saying?
No pun intended.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially like Jay. I think Jay has really
he catapult.
Yeah, skyrocket, right?
Yeah.
But I do think they did an injustice with him facing Gunther on TV and then him getting screwed out of the title, which we already knew was going to happen. We already knew once we saw Solo, Samoan Spike, Cody like an hour or so before, we already knew that Jimmy was going to get involved with Jay's match. That was a given. I mean,
I called that before the show even started.
Because they had to.
It was too easy to predict.
They had to create something so that they could start this feud for WrestleMania, and that was the perfect way for them to do it. Him causing him the Intercontinental.
Since we didn't get it in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I'm upset because I want to see Jay get his championship. Like I think it was kind of pointless for him to do. You know what I mean? To face him now and not win.
So at any point, do we see Jay, Intercontinental Champion, Jimmy, U.S. Champion, collide at Survivor Series?
I don't know. I think that's getting a little too cute. I don't know.
It depends on how far they want to extend this bloodline story. You know what I mean? The storyline.
Mm-hmm.
If they continue it and they really keep it rolling after SummerSlam, then I could possibly see that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because last Survivor Series, what they pushed the Judgment Day, they weren't
Yeah.
pushing the Bloodline. So
Something that I could see possibly is it's a title vacant up for grabs, and you got Jimmy J and Solo fighting each other for it.
yeah,
I mean, that's one
But
possibility.
yeah, yeah. So these last three, Trey, you want to go ahead and take the lead on them?
Let me see. Let me see what we got here. All right, so everybody knows O'Shea Jackson Jr., aka Ice Cube Jr. Jay, you familiar with this young man?
say it again.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Yeah,
JD, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he was on the Chris Van Vliet show, and he was talking about wrestling fans. And I want to get y'all's take on what he said. So he said, quote, I don't mean to, but like the issue I have is okay for people who don't watch anything besides the two, talking about WWE and AEW. Whether you're younger or older, stuck in your ways, if I'm watching someone on AEW and I say, who is this guy? I don't need you to tell me I'm not a real wrestling fan and tell me how could I not know who such and such is. Who gives a damn? Like I need you to inform me, bro, or at least have your program in a way to let me know why I should love this dude or why I should fuck with this guy. Pretty much, he's pretty much talking about how when I guess it's like casuals or people that say they watch like we talk a lot of WWE, but if we start talking AEW and we get something wrong and somebody in our comments is like, how could y'all supposed to be a wrestling podcast? How could y'all not know about this? And it's like AEW isn't really giving us a reason to care about these certain people to where that makes us want to watch it.
you want
Same
me?
thing with WWE.
You want my honest opinion on this?
I always want your honest opinion.
Okay, well, one, I feel like he was sitting at home watching AEW, and they had somebody on there like Adam Copeland, right? And he didn't know who the hell Adam Copeland was, and then his friend was like, "How do you not know who Edge is?" Like, come on. I feel like that was the scenario.
I guess I'll take my layoff now.
but my take on what you were saying is that I'm gonna be honest. AEW is mid. It's damn near trash. I'm just gonna say it, right? There really is nothing exciting about AEW, in my opinion. Sorry to say it. I'll be honest with you.
What are you talking about? I'm watching Orange Cassidy versus what's your boy?
Once again, the funny part about it is that all three of y'all looked at me
right now.
All three of y'all looked at me when I said that, and you know damn well you want to agree, but we already know you, Trey, are not.
But it also goes towards WWE as well.
I see you,
what he's
JB.
pretty much saying is, as a wrestling fan, you don't have to watch everything and know 100% about everybody. And people questioning your wrestling fanhood is crazy just because you don't know who a particular person is.
Well, you can't say that honestly just about wrestling. You can honestly say that about any type of sport. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You can, because you have people who are a fan of baseball, like me. I'm a baseball fan, but I'm the type of person where I love to play baseball more than I like to watch it. I can't watch a whole 9 innings of baseball on TV without taking at least a 45-minute nap somewhere. I just can't do it, right? But at the same time, if you go, oh man, that's such and such pitcher, and he's pitching this, I'm like, who? Depending on the team. Oh, you don't know who such as like that. You know what I mean? It could be like that with any sport. You could do that with football. You could do that with basketball. You do it with anything. Oh, you're a fan. Yeah, I like the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, well, they're playing Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes.
I
Who's
guess it's
that?
kind of like if like when Jade showed up in the Royal Rumble and we went crazy and somebody was like, "Yo, who the fuck is that?" And we was like, "You don't know who Jade Cargill is?"
Yeah,
And they be like, "What? Who?" Like that type of
But
exactly.
stuff.
I'm gonna tell you the difference what it is now, right? So you use somebody like Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, um,
Stone
Roddy
Cold.
Piper, Bret Hart. No matter where they went, their name carried over. But you get somebody like Edge, who changed to Adam Copeland. Luke Harper changed to Brody Lee. Like you kind of give a confusing thing like who is that again? Like, bro, you don't know like Luke Harper, Brody Lee, like he was in
Yeah.
WWE. It creates more explanation for you to really understand it. So coming from our age, we can understand it. Coming from the new people who might have started watching wrestling maybe 4 or 5 years ago, they're really not gonna understand it. Like they're really not gonna be as invested as people who've been watching wrestling for years.
Well, I also think that it's a timeline thing, right?
Yeah.
Because wrestling back in the 90s and the early 2000s, honestly, I'm gonna have to say, was damn near as popular as football and basketball, right? The
Yeah.
attitude era,
Mhm.
all the era, like it's iconic, right? It set a level
Yeah.
to honestly to this day that they still haven't touched. And then when they went
Mhm.
PG and all that other kind of stuff, you had a lot of people who fell off of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't as sexualized as it was, right? It wasn't as, oh, they dropping
Mhm.
F bombs on TVs and cursing and oh, I haven't seen anybody get hit in the head with a chair and bleeding everywhere. It wasn't as
Sounds
brutal
like
as
you're
it
describing
was.
AEW.
I'm just saying that they went to a real PG where they weren't doing none of that. And it threw a lot of fans off coming from the attitude to that, more set back tone and stuff like that. And then you got this
Yeah.
generation now who are coming into wrestling. Let's be honest. You ask some of these kids. I watched a video on TikTok, and the one girl showed a kid a CD player, and the kid didn't even know what a CD player was, right?
Mhm.
Or she named an artist from the early 2000s and the night, and the kid didn't know who they were.
Oh, like
She,
Chingy?
Mhm. There we
so
go.
I'm just saying, like if you so you can't really do that because like we are what people would consider diehard, right? Been following wrestling for years since I was a
Mhm.
kid, since you was a kid, right? And then you go to somebody who hasn't really been following wrestling, but they don't mind, like, oh, I'm not doing anything, I'm chilling, I'm relaxing. Oh, let me put on some wrestling and see what's going on. They're not gonna know the whole storyline or oh my god, Edge went to AEW now, he's called Adam Copeland. Or oh,
Man,
Daniel Bryan went and he's now called Brian Danielson. Like they're not gonna realize that.
Or Cesaro is now Claudio.
yeah,
Exactly.
right.
So
You don't know how many times I run into people or like some people I'll talk to that I work with and be like, "Yo, man, I just started watching wrestling or was watching wrestling maybe 3 months now. Like, explain to me what's going on. I have to go into this deep dive from 2 years ago about what the
But
hell
see,
just
that's
happened, and
different.
I
That's
feel
people
like
that
I'm
want to
telling a
know.
story. Yeah, but it's also people who's like, I used to watch it. Now I'm trying to get back into watching it, so I'm now confused. When did when did Edge leave and go to AEW, and now he's called something else? Well, he's going by his real name. Like
yeah.
like I can't help you on that. It was like, oh shoot, I thought Edge was his real name. Really?
Well, it's not even that.
Well,
Like honestly, it's to me it's so crazy how how they own the name like that. Like they come up with your whole
Yeah.
persona, then they own the rights to your whole persona, so you can't use it anywhere else. I mean, I
Yeah.
watched a little documentary on Hulk Hogan and how he had to buy that from Disney, right?
Yeah.
Who would ever thought that
hmm
Disney owned Hulk Hogan and he was paying
The
Disney
moment they put
royalties
that on Saturday
music?
morning cartoons. Yep.
But the average
The
person wouldn't
moment
know
they
that. Without watching that
no,
documentary, the average person would not have known that, you know?
you would not know that his real first name is Terry. Like you wouldn't know that.
Terry fucking Bollea. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty of this conversation. Number one, are either one of you going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to watch this match, to watch this pay per view on Saturday? I'm sorry, PLE, Jay.
I'm not
PLE.
I'm not watching it live. No, there's no way.
I have to
I
go to
don't
work
care
at
how
9
much of a
a.m., so I'm definitely not going
diehard
to wake
fan.
up to watch it.
I don't care how much of a diehard fan I am. Like I'm not waking up at 4:30 in the morning to watch it.
They're not expecting anybody to really wake up at 4:30 in the morning and watch. Because where's it at? It's in
First,
Australia.
Australia.
Australia, yeah. I really don't think they're expecting too many people to really wake up and watch it early in the morning, right?
Oh,
I don't even think they really care about the numbers while they're live. The crazy thing is how many people are going to watch it as soon as they wake up at about
The
9, 10
stream
o'clock or
playback.
so
and they
and
have
play.
Yep.
all the spoilers that are out as soon as it ends.
Hey, that's the
So
price you
nobody's really
pay,
gonna
right?
get on their nobody's really gonna get on their phone. The first thing you're gonna do when you wake up is like, oh shit, Elimination Chamber came on. Let me turn on Peacock.
Nah, that may be you, but I literally have on my phone, and I could just go to Instagram trying to check out my stuff, and I'll have 10 things from what happened the night before in wrestling.
Well, that's the one thing I don't do. If I know that there's a pay per view, because I'm calling no damn premium live, if I know that
Premium
there's a
Live Events.
pay per view on, and I know that I can't like catch it, and that's the other thing. Peacock, y'all gotta do better, okay? The fact that y'all can't restart the shit from the beginning, like you have to watch it live,
Yeah,
is BS. All
you have
right,
to. Yeah, you have to
Until
watch
it's
it
over.
live first, and then after it plays, then you can
you'll
watch the
watch the
playback.
replay.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
Netflix does a better job.
That's an L. That's an L. When it was on WWE Network, I can start over. And then
Yeah.
this way I could fast forward all the way up to the live, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm caught up. That's probably why they stopped doing it, because
Yep.
everybody started fast forwarding through all the promotions and stuff. So,
It.
but I mean, I get why they're trying to expand, do the Australian thing and stuff like that. 4:30 in the morning is an L.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Hey,
Well,
before
oh,
before
go ahead.
before that, Jay, because you weren't on when we discussed this. Give me your take on WWE signing this 5-year deal with Netflix.
Oh yeah.
oh man, first of all, that's a fucking game changer. Okay. That's change. Let's be honest, all right. Cable is a dying breed, right? All
Mm-hmm.
these if you look at all these shows that come on TV, all of them say streaming on Hulu, streaming on here, streaming on there, right? Streaming on Peacock Network, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody has cable anymore. Nobody's really
Yeah.
paying 70, 80, $90 a month for cable TV when I can pay $10 for Netflix. Well, not $10 anymore, but like $12 for Netflix. You know what I'm saying? You can do the
30.
package. You can
Mm-hmm.
do the package now with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN. What do I need cable for? Right.
Yep.
that was one thing that, because like even me, like I was diehard cable, and then I got rid of my cable, and now all I have is a lot of streaming stuff. So even watching like
Yep.
Monday Night Raw and stuff like that, if I missed it, then I had to wait for them to load it up on Hulu or whatever, and then watch the replays that are already cut down. You know what I mean? So it's no longer like a 3 hour show or two
Like an
hour
hour
show.
and
It's
a
like an
half.
hour and a half. So
Mm-hmm.
Netflix, them signing that deal with Netflix, I think is going to be a game changer, because one, Netflix doesn't really do anything live anyway. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work with Netflix and them going live. So
Netflix just added ads to their show, so they have a regular Netflix and they have a Netflix Premium.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Netflix put a lot of people out of business. All right, they put Blockbuster out of business. They put what's the little
Yep.
things at the gas stations we used to get the movies from?
They still got
red,
them.
red box or red door. I know, but don't
Redbox.
nobody really use them things anymore. They put them out of business pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The one thing I do
Yeah.
miss from Netflix was when you used to be able to order the DVDs and get them cut to your house so you could watch the movies. But let's be honest,
True.
who has a DVD player nowadays anyway?
Yeah, the
So,
game
Exactly.
system.
does the PS5 even have Blu-ray anymore?
It
Hell
does.
if I know. I ain't got mine.
Oh, it does. I don't even know.
It does.
I think Netflix is probably going to be one of the biggest deals that they did. I think it's going to be even better than the deal that they did with Peacock. Because let's be honest, I'm ready for them. I'm ready for what was a 5-year deal. I'm ready for that deal to be over with.
Yeah.
They need to get that
Starts
shit.
2025 is when it starts.
Yeah, they need to get that shit off. They need to get that shit off of Peacock.
So where do you
well,
think?
let's get to the match card. I want to start off with that we're going to have a talk show segment at the PLE. We're going to have the Grayson Waller effect, and his guests are going to be Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. What do y'all expect to happen during this interview?
Cody Rhodes is going to take Seth Rollins on his deal to help him out at WrestleMania.
Do we see a Bloodline beatdown?
I was about to say he's not going to take him on this deal until after the Bloodline comes in and tries to jump them.
Yeah.
And then that's when he takes the deal. It's going to be very predictable.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. All right, moving on. This is interesting because we've been waiting for this, at least for these titles to get off of these two gentlemen. The Undisputed Tag Team Championship is on the line. The Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor against British Strong Style. That was their name we were trying to think of. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Who you got?
I'm sticking with the Judgment Day, man. I don't see them losing to them.
Mind you, this is a SmackDown team that they're fighting.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see this being the tag team that beats Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Just my opinion.
I'm gonna go with British Strong Style. Because I think they've kind of gone away from the cracks in the Judgment Day because they added in the whole R-Truth element. So it kind of brought Judgment Day together to get him out the way. I think them losing those titles will bring back that resentment between Priest and Finn. And plus, the Judgment Day aren't doing anything to tag titles anyway. So
I feel like if they do lose the tag team titles, it's going to be because R-Truth interfered and made them lose.
And then that would still do it because Priest is the one that has been kicking Truth out, but then low key letting him back in every single time.
Yeah.
So
that's the only way I can see them losing. It has to be R-Truth. He's still thinking.
Yeah, I am. I think it's gonna be Judgment Day is gonna retain. Yeah, Judgment Day is gonna retain. I feel like they're gonna lose at WrestleMania.
I mean, if you want us to opinion,
and I think they're gonna lose to Truth and The Miz.
I thought it wasn't the only one. Because I was going to say I kind of see them holding on to those tag team titles until WrestleMania. Because
we all can't have the same picks for every match. So
I know, but I'm just saying, like, they've been talking, and the way that they've been hitting at this awesome Truth being back together. I see it, man. I see Awesome Truth as the tag team championship, tag team champions.
All right.
Yep.
I assume this is going to be an easy one, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Women's World Championship: Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Okay, Jay, you think you might be thinking Nia?
I'm going Nia.
Okay, I'm rolling Rhea. But see, you saying that, I'm curious on what you think when we get to these Elimination Chamber matches. Then, if you saying Nia,
Oh, I think I got
That's
a whole
that
theory to that.
I'm waiting. I can't wait.
Mm.
that's that I think that's what my choice is on. Whoever
Is who?
wins the women's elimination chamber match,
Oh,
it really depicts on who's gonna win that women's world heavyweight championship match.
I mean, real talk. We ain't got there yet, but let's say, just for shits and giggles, if Becky won, she got beef with both of them, so it really wouldn't matter.
Nah, if Becky won, Nia's winning.
Nah, but she got more. She got more beef with Nia because Nia was the last to beat her,
Nia
and she had to
continuously has
fight
been
Nia for.
jumping Becky. Now, here's the crazy thing, right? Because I could also see Raquel Rodriguez winning.
Oh, hold on. JD, did you give your pick on the match yet? I missed it if you did.
Yeah, he said that he think it might be Nia.
I'm going with Rhea.
Oh, you going
Okay.
Rhea?
Because he said we got to get we didn't do our women's
Yeah.
elimination chamber, so it would change his opinion. All right, so we can get to the women's match right after this.
Yeah.
So I got Rhea. JD for now has Rhea, and Jay has Nia. All right, so let's get to the women's elimination chamber match, and that will involve Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and a returning Raquel Rodriguez, who won the Last Chance Battle Royal on Monday. Who you got and why?
I got two different choices. Okay. And as much as I would love to see Naomi win this, right? I just don't see them. I don't see them throwing her into any feud with anybody. It's not the right time for her. Honestly, I'm praying. I'm so praying. No, they're not. Yeah, they. What show did Jay pick? Did they say what she picked?
She ain't picked one yet.
I really wish that they would either do Bianca and Jade for a tag team or Naomi and Jade as a tag team. I would love to see them just run the women's tag team division.
Thank you,
But
Jay. Thank you, Jay.
but
Thank
my
you.
pick for Elimination Chamber is going to be either Becky Lynch or Raquel. And
Does
the
it
only
depend
reason
on
why,
who wins the women's match?
well, I don't know. It depends on which one's first.
Well, right? Actually, I'm assuming the women's elimination might be first.
I think the women's elimination is going to be first. Raquel, I can is really the only person I can really see matching Rhea when it comes down, pound for pound, strength, and all the other kind of stuff, right?
Is she the one that hurt her?
Yeah, I think so too. And the way that they've been pushing Raquel as a potential main card champion. So I can see that in that aspect. But at the same time, the feud that they've been throwing between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch, the fact that Nia broke her nose, Nia comes back and Nia beats Becky clean. Come on, man. It makes sense that Nia Jax win and then Becky wins the Elimination Chamber and faces Nia at WrestleMania.
Yep. And bust her shit again.
That's what I'm going with.
You want to go, JD? You want me to go?
I'll go. I got Becky, definitely. I'm about to throw a curveball at y'all. Jade interferes in that women's elimination chamber. And right when you think that Bianca is going to win, she attacks Bianca to start their match for WrestleMania.
Who, Jade does?
Yep. Because we got a square off from them at Royal Rumble, but they never touched each other.
I mean,
and Jade
that's true.
wasn't even included in this. She wasn't
That's
even
another
included
thing.
in
That's
this.
so weird that she wasn't included in this.
No, it's not. It's not weird at all. It is not weird at all. Jade has not had a singles match. She don't even have a win yet. She would have to lose unless she's going to win it. She would have to take a pin or submit in that chamber. It is not weird at all that she's not in there. To me,
I guess so.
You want her to look strong in her first match. She ain't even had a squash match yet.
No, but she already looks strong. She single-handedly eliminated Nia Jax.
Yeah, but unless you're going to have her look like Shayna Baszler and just dominate everybody in the chamber, I don't see the point in having her in there if she's not going to win it.
She doesn't need a
get that.
squash.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a squash match, and I hope they don't give her a squash match.
No, I'm just saying, just in general, like if we haven't seen her since the Royal Rumble. Yeah. So I don't think that the first time we see her again, she needs to lose anything.
Her first singles match needs to be a competitive match versus somebody that is established on the main roster.
Oh, Natty.
No.
Oh my gosh. That's
a squash
match.
They put Natty against everybody.
And now that he said that, watch you beat Natty too. Watch you beat Natalya.
Oh, yeah, because she trained with Natty.
Exactly.
She trained with Natty.
Oh my God, it's gonna be Natalya.
Golly.
All right, so I have a few things coming out of this. Number one,
Trey's picking Liv.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm actually picking Becky. But I do think that the final three in the chamber are going to be Bianca, Liv, and Becky. And I think because they got they got Liv on this. Liv is on this whole revenge tour, and her whole goal is to get back to Nia Jax. I think it's going to. I mean, not just Rhea Ripley. I think it's going to come down to her and Becky. Somehow, I don't know if it's a double elimination where her and Becky both pin Bianca or whatever, but somehow Bianca's going to get up out of there, and whether it's from a Jay interference or what, and then it's going to end up being Liv and Becky, and then Becky's going to win, and she's going to go on to face Rhea. Because that is, as much as we wrestling fans want to see Becky and Nia, Becky and Rhea is a bigger money match. And this WrestleMania is all about money. So I see it being Becky and Rhea.
Okay, I have one thing that I can say that's against that, honestly. Because I'm sorry, but Rhea and Bianca would be just as big for WrestleMania. Now, I don't think it's going to happen because
they haven't been telling that story enough for that to happen currently.
For the women, Bianca has main event the last two WrestleManias back to back.
Exactly, they're not going to have her do it again.
That's why I don't see Bianca because I just don't see her a third time. I can see Bianca winning the championship again at like SummerSlam or something like that.
I wouldn't be mad if Bianca and Naomi somehow struck a feud up out of this, depending on what happens in the chamber. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I need her to get that. I need Bianca to run the women's tag team division for a little bit.
You and JD been calling for this forever. Why do y'all want that so bad?
I want it so bad because
at it.
The women's tag team division is awful. And then two, I think that having Bianca.
The last time we had two black champions, they walked out.
And they should have. Rightfully should have.
I feel like that this could be a way to revitalize it without the same two people in it.
No, it could be same. Well, not the same two people, but I still think Naomi should be the tag team partner of one, either Naomi and Jade or Naomi and Bianca.
I mean, it could be all three of them.
I mean, Jade and Bianca would be wild. I ain't gonna lie. Jade and Bianca is tag team. And then this way they can hold the titles for a little bit, right? And then let's just say they drop it somehow because one of them gets pinned. And then that'll create a feud between them two would be fantastic.
Because look who has the championships now. The Kabuki Warriors, right? I think that's a great tag team for them to fight against.
Bianca does have beef with them.
Yep. All right, let's move.
All right, let's get to the men's elimination chamber. Now, mind you, I didn't even realize this, but you're going to realize the names once I list this off. All right, so we got 6 men. We have Drew McIntyre, Raw. We have Randy Orton, SmackDown. Bobby Lashley, SmackDown. LA Knight, SmackDown. Kevin Owens, SmackDown. And Logan Paul, SmackDown. For the Raw championship, you only have one member of Raw in this fucking chamber. And it's the same shit that I was upset with the last time when they had AJ Styles and them dudes fighting for this championship when it was a Raw title.
Who was the Raw champion? I mean, who's the Raw person again?
Drew.
Drew McIntyre.
Fuck, Drew might
Everyone else is SmackDown.
Drew is winning.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody beating Drew.
The
Drew's
only
fighting
other
Seth.
person, this is what they say. This is what I've been hearing, and I low-key kind of agree with this. If Cody is to win, because I don't think Cody's going to win. I think Roman's going to beat Cody. If Cody were to win, that automatically shifts him to SmackDown, which means that if that happens, you're probably going to this match right here is probably going to dictate whether Cody wins or not. Because if you have one of these SmackDown superstars win, then they're going to be fighting Seth at WrestleMania. So if Drew doesn't win, I'm picking Randy Orton.
I think that's accurate. I'd probably go with the same.
Because you need another face to go to where, because you're subtracting Cody. You need another face to.
Can you see? Could you see?
First of all,
LA Knight's going to get screwed by AJ somehow.
That's what I was about to say. Could you see AJ Styles? I mean, I could see AJ Styles winning.
He's not in the match.
Oh, that's right. He's not in the match.
He's not in the match.
So you're picking a possible Randy Orton with the whole timeline of Cody possibly winning at WrestleMania, going to SmackDown, and then creating a Cody versus Randy Orton feud.
Yeah,
I don't see Randy Orton winning.
No,
because they've been talking about how
because Randy and Seth have a history. You can have Randy beat Seth, and then this goes into the whole Damian Priest thing too. I mean, Priest might cash in.
Here's another reason why I think Cody's winning, because they're talking about how they want Cody to unify the championships again.
Unify it against Randy.
Cody versus Randy does make sense.
Cody versus Randy, unify the titles at SummerSlam.
The problem is that Priest has to cash in this Money in the Bank at some point.
It does.
Well, because I don't believe that he's going to hold it all the way until
I only see him cashing.
At this point now, he's only cashing in at WrestleMania.
On Drew and Seth.
At WrestleMania.
That's why I said,
yeah.
But see, that's why I say I think that the only way that my scenario works is if Cody beats Roman, which I don't think is going to happen.
Okay,
my first choice is Drew, and that's what I'm rolling with. I'm rolling with Drew.
Okay, I'm sorry. I hate to say this. Now that I'm thinking about the whole Damian Priest aspect, Drew is winning, and the only reason why I say that is because, I mean, when you look at the promos that the Judgment Day's been cutting, and Rhea's been telling Priest not to be pissing off Drew and all this other kind of stuff, and Priest has been ignoring that, forget Drew, all this other kind of stuff. I can see Drew being the one that, especially how he continuously has been getting screwed out of the championship. Honestly, I see Drew McIntyre winning an Elimination Chamber, and then I see Damian Priest cashing in on him at the Elimination Chamber.
No, WrestleMania.
And my thing is this.
I think it's going to have an elimination.
He can't cash in.
No, it's not for the championship. It's not for the championship. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Unless he cashed in on the Grayson Waller effect. But this is my thing. KO and Logan, I put this in the chat. There's rumors that it could end up being Sammy and KO versus Jake and Logan Paul at WrestleMania. So, or it's probably going to be a KO and Logan rematch at WrestleMania. So either way, Logan and KO going to take each other out of the equation in Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So I believe that AJ is going to somehow find a way to screw LA Knight. So it's literally going to come down to Randy and Drew. And then I think Drew's going to win.
They not letting Jake Paul get into a WWE ring. That shit ain't happening. Okay,
I could see it.
he
For
not.
at this particular WrestleMania, I think anything is possible. And Triple H has been saying anything is possible. There's going to be surprises, all kinds of shit. I could definitely see it.
I have to say this though, right? I appreciate Logan Paul's commitment. I
Mhm.
appreciate his commitment to the point where he completely retired from boxing so he could focus on being a wrestler, right? I appreciate his commitment as into having matches on live TV instead of just pay-per-views, right? So I think that Logan Paul with the United States Championship as of right now, it works. I love it.
Mhm.
I love him as the United States champion. I do not want to see him lose that title anytime soon. And as much as I like KO, I'm more of a fan of Logan Paul as of right now, right? With him and his United States Championship run. I don't see I do think that it's going to be KO versus Logan at SummerSlam for the United States Championship because that makes sense, right?
What about WrestleMania? No, you mean WrestleMania?
I mean at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania. Right? I just I don't see nobody else that they can really throw
Remember,
it.
Sammy, right now, Sammy has nothing to do for WrestleMania. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen.
You think Sammy's going to turn on KO?
No, KO's giving Sammy his spot to fight for the U.S. title at WrestleMania because he's gonna get hurt at Elimination Chamber.
Mm,
He already has a bad wrist.
And then this again goes to cross promotion. Sammy is a Raw superstar.
It doesn't matter. It's WrestleMania.
I don't give a fuck.
either way,
It
even
doesn't
if he
matter.
does, it doesn't matter because Logan Paul's still winning either way at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
No, I
Sammy
agree.
just
I
wants to go
agree.
to WrestleMania. Yeah, it
I
doesn't
agree.
matter.
When
Yeah.
you think about WrestleMania, Logan Paul has lost what 2 out of 3? He
Well,
lost with the Miz.
he won.
No,
He
he won
won with
with
the
the
Miz.
Miz.
He won with the
He
Miz.
won. He won too. Yeah, he won with the Miz. He beat when they beat Rey
Ricochet,
Mysterio and Dominic.
and
Yeah.
he beat. He's beaten Ricochet. He's only got one loss.
Nah,
Yeah.
but Ricochet wasn't at WrestleMania, was it?
I'm just talking about just in his career.
No,
He's
no,
only
I'm not
got
talking
one
about
Two.
that.
loss.
I'm talking. No, he got 2 losses. I could have sworn both of
'Cause
those.
he lost to Seth. Who else did he lose to?
He lost to Roman.
Roman.
Oh yeah, Roman. Damn,
Yeah, he
forgot
lost
about
to
that
Roman.
already.
Yeah.
The 2 world champions. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, nah, Logan Paul's not losing at WrestleMania. I'm sorry. He's winning this one.
Yeah.
Even if whether he faced KO or whether he faced Sammy, it doesn't matter. At this point, like this you gotta think about the like the business side, right? A fan side, I can see a fan saying, "Oh, I want Logan to lose." Business side, it was best for business. Logan with that championship right now is what's best for business.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I don't see that happening.
Drew's
But
getting
I do.
cashed in at WrestleMania because
Drew's
he's leaving the
definitely getting
company.
cashed in at WrestleMania.
He's leaving the company. He's gonna
I,
win and he's gonna lose.
I still don't think that Drew's leaving the company though.
He doesn't have a contract.
He did that yet. I think that they're gonna give Drew what he wants. All Drew wants is another title run outside of when he held down
And he's
the
going to get
dome.
it for about
He's
30 seconds. And then Priest going to come down. Honestly, I can see Priest doing it just like Seth. Doing it just like
no,
Seth. Make it a
no,
triple threat at the very end of the match.
no. I
Seth
do
gets
not.
hurt. I can see Seth getting thrown on like the stairs or like a table and being out of commission. Drew standing there right after he does it, and Priest coming down with Finn or somebody to help him, and then he wins.
You want my honest opinion on this?
Yes.
Drew versus Seth Rollins is going to be a ladder match.
Mm.
Just saying.
I'll be interested to see how they get to that.
It's going to be a ladder match.
Mm.
I think there's going to be a segment where somebody has to choose the stipulation for the match, and Seth is going to pick a ladder match because he thinks that he's going to have the advantage over Drew in the ladder match.
Mm.
I don't know, because we haven't seen ever since we haven't seen Seth be physical in a minute.
We haven't had a ladder match for a championship at a WrestleMania in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That
you're
is
right, because a ladder match would be no DQ.
That is a WrestleMania match.
Yep.
You might be on to something, brother.
Yeah. Where my shades at?
So this is the last thing before we get out of here. So it's looking like I may not be going to Revolution or any of you. All right. Do y'all see?
I'm still mad because I was all for going to WrestleMania until I saw how much them tickets were.
You know, every event ticket is high.
If I was going by myself, I could afford it, right? But there's no way that I could go to Philadelphia and go to a 2-night WrestleMania without taking my 10-year-old son, who's about to be 10. I would be the worst dad of the year if I ever did that. And the price of 2 tickets for 2 nights, come on,
not worth a life of shame.
Y'all
understand?
Y'all gotta do better, man. Y'all charging Super Bowl prices, man.
I ain't lying.
So I'm not sure if I'm gonna ask this question because I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing a show before to do our predictions. I'm not sure if we are or not.
It's in Greensboro, right? The AEW?
Yeah, on the 3rd. So the question is, Hangman, Samoa Joe, Swerve, who you got?
Swerve.
I'm going with Swerve. All right, quick and easy. And then Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks. Does Sting go out on top? Pause. Or does he lose the titles?
No.
They're losing the titles.
He loses the titles.
Because I know that's a tradition, but
it doesn't make sense
different.
for him to go out as a champion. So they're gonna win the match and then he's gonna retire and leave his tag team partner hanging.
No, Darby will just relinquish the titles, or he'll get another partner.
Nah, they lose.
Or maybe Ric Flair jumps in the teams with
Sting.
I swear to God, if Ric Flair is... Let's put it like this, all right? If wherever he pops up at, if Ric Flair ever gets back in the ring to wrestle, I'm never watching that promotion ever again. Let's put it like that. That is, nobody wants to see that. I think that'll be even worse than Vince when he went against Stone Cold.
You want to know why I feel like? You want to know why I feel like Darby's gonna turn on Sting? Sting won the belts.
Sting won the belts.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If this is
Sting won it for them.
If this is technically their last match and Sting is technically retiring, then I would turn on him too. That would be a fantastic way for him to go heel. I think him going heel would definitely elevate him without Sting. So, I mean, I wouldn't write it any other way.
Yep. Take us out, JD.
So, you have been listening to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast, the official podcast, not Beyond the Ropes, because it is all three of us. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And once again, this is your guy, OTR Mic Drop, a.k.a. The Oracle. Turban, JD, you already know what it is.
Hey, I'm back and I'm better. Yeah. This your boy Rant J, a.k.a. Fitted J, a.k.a. back on the show. And I ain't going nowhere, Jay.
Quick hits.
That's gonna be a 100. That's gonna be a 100. On 100, we bring it back to quick hits.
Yes, sir. And then this is your boy Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Do-Rag Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey. And yes, this was episode 99, and I want y'all to gear up for episode 100. Can't believe we haven't made it to 100 episodes. That is crazy, but we did it. We are here. Next time you see all three of us on the Tizoob, it'll be 100.
God, it's a long way from the circle table and the microphones, ain't it?
Oh God! But I want all y'all to stay tuned. Tell your friends. We'll be promoting it like crazy. But other than that, y'all have been listening to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. Peace.
Peace.